practice for Andy we go to start?
How'd it go? Practice today, your assessment of how things went.
Yeah, no, practice went well. It was good to be back out there. I thought we were sharp today, and getting into the game plan stuff, all the moving parts that we've got, I thought we did a good job.
Andy, is there any awkwardness when something like this happens? You've been on both sides of this. I mean, with Bryce out there, how do you kind of deal with it as a friend, and all that?
Yeah, I think Bryce has been awesome. It's a tough situation on everybody. Again, I have a different perspective of it because I felt it on both sides, and so like I said, Bryce and I's friendship goes beyond just who's the one out there, and it's continued that way.
And how did you go through it mentally when you were on the other side of something like this happening?
Yeah, it's hard, it's tough, but you find the little things that you can focus on to get better, and you just continue doing what you can do. And I think that was the biggest thing. You focus on what you can control, and the rest will take care of itself.
You have had some pretty good success against the Raiders. Any reason for that? And hoping, I guess, you could carry that over to Sunday. Yeah,
hopefully we can continue that. It's been a lot of different coordinators, different teams, and everything. So I wouldn't say there's one reason, but hopefully we put something together this week and can continue it.
Panthers has gotten off to a pretty hot start. What do you attribute defensively that you see?
I mean, they play hard on defense. It's kind of a relentless effort. It's not just what they're doing initially. It's the high motor that they play with, and especially for Max. I mean, he's one of the best rushers in the league, and it's the way he plays kind of feeds over to the other guys.
What have the last 48 hours been like for you, having gone nearly a year without being in a situation to now Sunday?
Yeah, it's obviously been a while since I've been in this position, but the good thing is my routine hasn't changed at all. From when I was playing to when I wasn't playing, it's like I had my routine. I knew exactly what I was going to do each day of the week and how I was going to prepare. So besides having a lot of friends and family excited, my routine's been the same.
Andy, do you feel like, Dave talked about it a little bit, how the offense needs to be more aggressive, is the word he used today at his news conference. You feel like you guys need to throw the ball down the field a little bit more to have some success?
I think when we get our opportunities, we definitely need to. Doesn't mean we need to try to force anything, but when opportunities are there, I think we need to take our chances, take our shots, and go make the plays. I feel like the way games have gone, these first couple, we haven't had the opportunities to even be in that position. And so hopefully we can get on rhythm, stay on rhythm, and it opens up the whole game plan.
How much of a focus was that last year in Seattle?
Well, we decided we were going to throw it every down last year in Seattle. What was it, 58 times or something like that. But that's one of those things. You go in with a plan. We didn't plan on throwing it that many times in Seattle, but just the way the game was going, it just kind of happened. So I think once we get into the flow of the game, you never know what's going to be kind of your identity for that game.
How did your arm feel the next day?
I felt fine. Now I got hit a couple times, and so body was a little sore, but.
Does that? I mean, I know you're not lacking for confidence. You've been around for a long time, but I mean, when you play that well, personally, I know you guys didn't win, but I mean, has it been hard to wait so long for another opportunity, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, hard to wait. I mean, I don't know if that's the right way of saying it. I know I can play, so I was one play away before to being in there at any point. So I was just staying ready and enjoying being the scout team quarterback and having fun doing that. So now it's nice to kind of be back in this position and affect the game and hopefully bring us some wins.
Andy, is there an example you can point to of something you see as a 36-year-old quarterback that you wouldn't have seen at 31 or 26 or 21?
Yeah, I mean, I just think I've seen a ton of defensive schemes. I've seen a ton of different ways that teams have played, and so there's times where you see something, you're like, oh, I remember that from my time in Cincy, or I remember that, oh, Baltimore did this, and it maybe is something similar to what another team does. So, I mean, I think there's things like that just I'm pulled from my experience, but I think just the way you process things now versus being early on in my career, and you can process things a lot faster and focus on other things because you're not worried about some of the small details of it all.
And have you said anything to Bryce, like any, I don't know, veteran advice to him, like, hey, keep your head up, you got to do this, whatever this?
You know, Bryce and I have had conversations, and, you know, that's between us.
Randy?
Have you seen like your teammates respond any differently since the news? You're kind of always the guy, like when we watch you, you're always like kind of interacting with all the guys, dancing around, you know, laughing, cutting up with them. None of that changes. I would assume that would change at all.
No, I'm still going to be me, and yeah. So I mean, there hasn't been much change, just because I've been doing that stuff ever since I got here.
Any more? Well, I was just going to say, going back to your early years in Cincy, Gradkowski was your backup, right?
Mhm.
What was that relationship like?
We had a good relationship. You know, Bruce had been around John Gruden's offense before, and then when we was there, it was Jay, so had been around the system for a long time, and had been in several different places. So it was good to have him to, you know, at that point, I think he was year 7, 8, something like that. Kind of pull from his experiences and what he had seen, and, you know, he was a good sounding board for me.
All right, thanks, Andy.